Another big show. Ohtani hits 2 homers, ties record with 4 extra base hits in World Series Game 3. Los Angeles, AP, even in a monumental 18-inning World Series game, overflowing with statistical superlatives and unforgettable achievements all across the field. Shohei Ohtani again managed to tower above it all. No player ever had more extra base hits in a World Series game than Ohtani did in Game 3 on Monday night, when he slugged 2 homers and 2 doubles in the first 7 innings. No player in any major league game ever reached base more times than Ohtani did when he got walked 5 straight times following his 4-hit barrage. And nobody who ever picked up a baseball accomplished a fraction of Ohtani's latest mind-blowing feats at the plate on a night when they really needed to get to bed because they had to pitch the next day. "I want to go to sleep as soon as possible so I can get ready," a smiling Ohtani said through his interpreter after the Dodgers' epic 6-5 victory finally ended with Freddie Freeman's walk-off homer leading off the 18th. Dodgers fans crawled into bed Tuesday morning dreaming of back-to-back titles after Ohtani was a thorough nightmare for the Toronto Blue Jays pitching staff. Just 10 days after he hit 3 homers and struck out 10 Milwaukee Brewers to clinch the National League pennant in what's already considered by many to be the most spectacular one-game performance in baseball history, Ohtani gave himself some competition for that distinction when he reached base in all 9 of his plate appearances in his very next game in Chavez Ravine. "I hope we don't lose sight of, our starting pitcher got on base 9 times tonight," Freeman said. "Just incredible. When you're that hot, like Shohei was tonight, walking him is the right move. You don't want Shohei to beat you. Let other guys try and beat you after his first 4 at-bats. It took a lot longer, but we finally did it." Ohtani tied a 119-year-old record when he got 4 extra base hits, after the Jays effectively took the bat out of his hands by refusing to pitch to him anymore. He became the first major leaguer in 83 years to reach base 9 times in any game, let alone the postseason. "He had a great game," Toronto manager John Schneider said. "He's a great player, but I think after that, you just kind of take the bat out of his hands." When asked if the Blue Jays' handling of Ohtani late in Game 3 is what should be expected going forward in the World Series, Schneider flatly replied, "Yeah." When Freeman finally blasted his second historic walk-off homer in a World Series game at Dodger Stadium, Ohtani leaped onto the field with his teammates and then ran out toward the bullpen for a joyous celebration with Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who had been warming up to pitch the 19th inning just 2 days after throwing a complete game victory in Toronto. "What matters the most is we won," Ohtani said through his interpreter. "And what I accomplished today is in the context of this game. And what matters the most is we flip the page and play the next game." Freeman's latest clutch homer cleared the fence just over 17 hours before Ohtani will make his first World Series start on the mound when he pitches for the Dodgers in Game 4 on Tuesday night. The exertion of a 6-hour, 39-minute game could affect his pitching. Or Ohtani could continue to accomplish practically superhuman feats with grace and style. Ohtani led off the bottom of the first in Game 3 with a ground rule double to right field. He followed with a solo homer to right in the 3rd inning off Toronto starter Max Scherzer, and he added an RBI double in the 5th off reliever Mason Fluharty. Ohtani then hit a tying 401-foot homer off Seranthony Dominguez with 1 out in the 7th. It was his 6th homer in the Dodgers' last 4 games, and he tied Corey Seager's 8 homers in 2020 for the most by a Dodgers player in a single postseason. The Blue Jays had seen enough of Ohtani by then. Schneider intentionally walked him in the 9th, 11th, 13th, and 15th innings, and the gambit worked each time, with Ohtani's teammates unable to get him home. Ohtani is the first player to be intentionally walked 4 times in a postseason game, just 1 shy of the overall major league record for intentional passes set by Andrew Dawson in May 1990. With a man on first, the Blue Jays pitched to Ohtani in the 17th, but just barely, with Brendan Little throwing 4 pitches comfortably outside the zone. Ohtani became the first player to reach base 9 times since Stan Hack had 5 hits and 4 walks for the Cubs in an 18-inning game on August 9, 1942, tying a record also achieved by Max Carey in 1922 and Johnny Burnett in 1932. After becoming the first player in MLB history with 3 multi-homer games in one postseason, Ohtani is closing in on Randy Arozarina's MLB record of 10 homers in a postseason.